Your habits are your jail, and the scariest part? You built it yourself. Brick by brick, day after day, you've been constructing the exact prison that now keeps you stuck. And don't get it twisted. It's not bad luck, not fate, not some cosmic punishment. It's you. It's the small, repeated actions you've trained yourself to normalize. Think about it. Every night you reach for your phone instead of a book. That's a brick. Every morning you hit snooze instead of getting up. That's another. Every time you avoid the hard conversation, skip the workout, waste the evening scrolling, settle for the toxic partner, procrastinate on the work, you're stacking walls higher and higher. Now you're sitting in the dark, wondering why life feels suffocating. But you don't need to wonder. You locked yourself in. Here's the first harsh truth. Your habits are stronger than your motivation. You can be inspired one moment and still crawl back into your cage the next because habits don't ask for permission. They run on autopilot. Second harsh truth. Your habits are who you are. Not your intentions, not your goals, not your words. Your habits. If you eat like crap, scroll like a zombie, and waste your mornings, that's who you are. You don't have bad habits, you are your bad habits. And here's the third slap. Your habits don't just hold you back, they shape who you attract. People see your patterns before they see your potential, your inconsistency, your lack of standards, your comfort with mediocrity. That's the energy they feel, and it tells them exactly how to treat you. That's why you keep ending up in the same dead-end dynamics. It's not them, it's the jail you've built. But here's the good news. If you built the prison, you can break it. And the escape doesn't start with smashing every wall at once. It starts with finding one crack in the bricks, one small opening where you replace poison with power. Because here's what you need to realize. Your habits are votes. Every action is a ballot cast for the person you're becoming. The problem is, you've been voting against yourself for years, and the election never ends. Every day, you decide whether the prisoner or the free man wins. The shift begins the moment you see this for what it is. Not fate, not bad luck, but a system you built and a system you can dismantle. So here's your first assignment. Identify the single habit that feels most like a chain around your neck. Not all of them, just one. The thing that keeps you weakest. Maybe it's your sleep schedule. Maybe it's your phone addiction. Maybe it's your avoidance of hard conversations. Find it. Name it. Drag it into the light. Because once you call it out, you realize something powerful. This isn't who you are. It's just what you've practiced. And what you've practiced can be unlearned. That's the first crack in the jail wall. But don't get comfortable yet. Awareness alone won't free you. You can't think your way out of a cage you acted your way into. You have to start acting differently today. So here's your challenge. Kill that one habit for the next 7 days. Not forever, not perfectly, just 7 days. Prove to yourself that the walls aren't indestructible. Prove you can chip away. Because the moment you break one brick, your brain starts to believe, maybe this cage isn't permanent. Maybe I can get out. And that belief is the beginning of freedom. Your habits are your jail, but the keys are already in your hands. The only question left is, are you going to keep sitting in the cell, or are you finally ready to start breaking the bricks? Your move. Let's make this crystal clear. You don't need more dreams. You don't need another vision board. You don't need to journal about the life you want. You need to face the ugly truth. Your daily habits are suffocating you. And the irony? They don't even feel like prison bars anymore. They feel comfortable, familiar, safe. That's what makes them so dangerous. Think about it. Scrolling for hours doesn't hurt in the moment. Skipping one workout feels harmless. Staying in a dead relationship feels easier than leaving. But those harmless decisions are quicksand. Each one pulls you deeper until you wake up years later realizing you've been slowly drowning in your own patterns. Here's the brutal truth. Your life right now is the sum of every habit you've repeated. Your body is the result of your eating and movement habits. Your bank account is the result of your spending and saving habits. Your relationships are the result of your communication and respect habits. Your confidence is the result of your self-trust habits. You built this, every piece of it. And if you hate where you are, that should either terrify you or liberate you. Terrify you because it means you're the problem. Liberate you because it means you're also the solution. But here's where most people fail. They think breaking free requires massive, dramatic action. They tell themselves, I'll change everything. Tomorrow, I wake up a new person. And you know how that ends. 3 days later, they're right back in the jail cell, weaker than before. Why? Because your brain doesn't respect promises. It respects proof. And proof doesn't come from grand declarations. It comes from small, daily wins stacked relentlessly over time. Let's break it down. You want more energy? Don't start with a perfect diet overhaul. Start with drinking water before your coffee. One habit, one brick. You want financial freedom? Don't try to save half your paycheck overnight. Start with setting aside $5 a day, no excuses. One habit, one brick. You want respect in your relationships? Don't write long speeches. Start with telling the truth in one hard conversation. One habit, one brick. That's how you dismantle the jail, brick by brick, not all at once. Here's the shocking part. The very habits you think are harmless are actually identity-shaping rituals. Every time you hit snooze, you're training your brain, I can't be trusted. Every time you procrastinate, you're wiring yourself, I'm weak. Every time you swallow your truth in a relationship, you're stamping in, I don't matter. And then you wonder why you feel powerless, why your life doesn't reflect your potential, why you keep attracting the same misery. It's not the world against you, it's you against you. But there's good news buried in that pain. Habits built the cage. Habits can break it. The same way you trained weakness, you can train strength. The same way you practiced avoidance, you can practice courage. The same way you normalize mediocrity, you can normalize greatness. Here's your next challenge. Pick one new habit that directly contradicts the jail you've built. Just one. If your cage is laziness, commit to one non-negotiable daily action. If your cage is dishonesty, commit to one truth spoken every day. If your cage is distraction, commit to 1 hour of deep work without your phone. Don't negotiate, don't explain, don't wait until it feels right. Just do it, daily. Because here's the real shift. Discipline is freedom. Every time you keep that one new habit, you chip away at the bars. And little by little, you start to realize you're not trapped anymore. You're walking out. But let me slap you with this. Freedom won't fall in your lap. No one's coming with keys. No one's tearing down the walls for you. If you don't swing the hammer daily, the prison stays locked. Your habits are either your cage or your escape. They're either burying you alive or building your ladder out. So ask yourself, are you done rehearsing the same excuses, or are you finally ready to build your way out, one disciplined habit at a time? The walls aren't as strong as you think. They never were. But the longer you wait, the thicker they get. Break the brick today, or spend the rest of your life staring at them. Your choice. Here's the final truth you've been avoiding. Your habits aren't just shaping your life, they're shaping your future self. 5 years from now, you'll meet the person your habits created, and that person will either inspire you or disgust you. Imagine 2 versions of you. Version 1 keeps obeying laziness. They scroll, snack, sleep, repeat. They let fear make their choices. They never raise their standards. 5 years from now, they're not just the same as today. They're worse. More anxious, more resentful, more invisible to the world. A ghost of the potential they once had. Version 2 fights back. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, but consistently. They choose friction daily. They sweat, they struggle, they fail, but they grow. 5 years from now, they're unrecognizable. Healthier, stronger, respected, attractive, alive. The only difference between those 2 versions? Choice. Not talent, not luck, not motivation, just choice. And that's where the final slap of truth lands. Your habits are not neutral. They're manufacturing your destiny, one decision at a time. So here's the kicker. You don't get to escape later. Later doesn't exist. Every single day, you either reinforce the bars of your jail or chip away at them. Every single day, you either build the loser version of yourself or the winner version. Stop lying to yourself. Stop saying, "I'll start when I feel ready." Stop pretending you have unlimited time. You don't. The clock is ticking, and your habits are already writing your future story. So here's your last challenge, and it's non-negotiable. For the next 30 days, track your habits like your life depends on it, because it does. Write them down. Tally them daily. Every time you repeat a toxic habit, mark it as a brick in your jail. Every time you execute a disciplined habit, mark it as a brick removed. Watch the evidence pile up in front of your eyes. Do this, and something powerful happens. You can't hide from the truth anymore. You see in black and white the exact shape of your prison or your escape. And when you see it, you'll realize something liberating. Freedom isn't a mystery. It's math. Add up enough disciplined choices and the cage collapses. Add up enough weak choices and the cage buries you. It's that simple. But don't confuse simple with easy. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel boring. It will feel like nothing's changing at first. But that's just the withdrawal. That's the poison leaving your system. Push through it. Because on the other side of that boredom is transformation. On the other side of that discomfort is power. On the other side of those small daily wins is the freedom you've been pretending you want. So here's the last line I'll leave you with, the one you won't forget. Your habits are either killing you or building you. They are your jail or they are your freedom. The decision isn't tomorrow. It isn't next week. It isn't someday. The decision is now. Your life is nothing more than the sum of your repeated choices. So tell me, what are you going to repeat today?